What's going on, everybody? I am here in beautiful Prague for the BTC Prague conference, and we're here bringing you the news, even though we're on the go. Myself and Nico waiting in the wings to bring you the latest and greatest in Bitcoin, followed up with we and the tech updates. It's been a good time here so far. We're just on day one, but we'll be filling you in on all the stuff that's been going on here in the coming days, and I'll have a recap next week as well. But with that, please do like, subscribe, share, all those things. Super important getting this content in front of more eyeballs. I am Ben with the BTC Sessions. This is your Simply session.
HODL the Bitcoin.
Bitcoin Well is on a mission to enable independence by being one of the easiest and quickest ways to purchase Bitcoin in Canada and the US. And the best part about it, every buy goes directly into your own self-custody. They never hold your coins. You can add a Bitcoin address as part of onboarding. There's a transparent 1% spread, no hidden fees, no withdrawal fees. Plus they have KYC free sells and bill payments on their website. They're also a publicly traded company under the ticker BTCW on the TSXV. Check them out over at bitcoinwell.com. Check out my full tutorial on how to use them, and you can check out the links in the show notes down below and sign up today. CoinKite.com has some of the best hardware on the market today to secure your Bitcoin. The Cold Card Q is an absolute powerhouse and is my daily driver. And on top of this, they have plenty of other goodies, including the Mark IV, the Tap Signer, Open Dimes, the Block Clock, and much more. If you head over to their website, make sure you use code BTC Sessions at checkout to get a nice discount. Links are in the show notes down below.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Sim Sessions. Lots of news this week. This is crazy. I thought Bitcoin was going to enter into the mainstream political discussion. I just didn't think it was going to happen so quickly. But things are just happening so fast. Another historic moment in Bitcoin's history. Let me share the screen and we'll get to it. So anyways, seems like the Orange Man continues his support for the Orange coin. This is the latest news from this Bloomberg article. It says Trump meets Bitcoin miners in his latest pro-crypto overture. Several Bitcoin miners met with former President Trump at Mar-a-Lago on Tuesday night, according to Matthew Schultz. Trump told attendees that he loves and understands cryptocurrency, adding that Bitcoin miners helps to stabilize the grid. In a post on his Truth Social, Trump said, and I'll show you guys the actual post. It says, vote for Trump. Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against a CBDC. Biden's hatred of Bitcoin only helps China, Russia, and the radical communist left. We want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. It will help us be energy dominant. So Donald Trump posted on Truth Social June 11th at 11:57 p.m. I mean, I could have never have believed this if you would have told me a year ago that a potential president has this stance on not only Bitcoin, but also CBDCs and Ross Ulbricht. Like, I mean, of course, he's a politician. Politicians have to fundamentally pander in order to get votes. But it's just interesting to see the game theory play out in real time. Of course, this isn't a popular stance. No one it's not a popular stance to be anti-Bitcoin, right? So it makes sense why the Biden administration would kind of change tune here. And that's exactly what they did. They said a Biden administration in talks to accept crypto donations as it becomes increasingly important voter issue. I mean, makes perfect sense. And here's Nick Carter responding to it. And he says, under the Biden administration, bullied the banks into dropping crypto clients, engaged in lawfare against every major exchange and token project, harassed Bitcoin miners and tried to bully utilities into dropping them, forced a great number of high-quality projects and stablecoins abroad, refused to clarify securities law while haphazardly enforcing it, blackballed the Bitcoin ETF, made DeFi virtually illegal in the US, made participating in DAOs legally risky, made blockchain privacy effectively illegal, refused to let banks touch crypto, vetoed the overturn of the rule when Congress approved or protested, dropped crypto specified bank charters and denied charters to new crypto-focused banks, refused to pass any clarifying legislation until crypto becomes existential for the campaign. And they have the absolute temerity to think we're going to donate crypto to the campaign. I mean, that's a really good point, right? Here's David Bailey, CEO of Bitcoin Magazine. He had some responses to this. Also, shout out to the Bitcoin Magazine crew, because they were the ones that were obviously have been advising the Trump campaign on a lot of this stuff. So David Bailey goes on to say, people, I'm telling you, this is a unique moment in time. Swamp the vote, turn out by the millions, elect Donald Trump, and we will change the course of history. Here's pictures with the orange men with all the Bitcoin miners. And here is Balaji's tweet, which I think is really, really important to keep in mind as politicians continue to pander to Bitcoiners. It's really important to kind of zoom out and understand that it's not left versus right. It's not blue versus red, Democrat versus Republican, conservative versus liberal. It's truly the party of orange versus the party of green. So I'm a single issue voter myself. I don't really care about all the other issues because I feel like that's just fiat politics. And I'll support any candidate that, you know, supports Bitcoin. And fundamentally, it comes down to this. Are you on team fiat or are you on team Bitcoin? And I think we're getting to a moment in Bitcoin's history where Bitcoiners are so influential and so powerful that they are effectively a voter base in a lot of these countries. And that's a voter base that politicians could tap into. I think it's important to remember also that it's not that Bitcoin needs Trump. It's not that Bitcoin needs RFK. It's that RFK and Trump need Bitcoin in order to win, which I find extremely fascinating and something that happened a lot quicker than I anticipated. I personally was expecting until like the year 2028, like the next presidential election, for this to even be a thing. But I guess it's happening. It's here now, right? Very, very interesting how this all kind of developed and stuff. In other news, Michael Saylor doubles down and he's using the infinite money glitch in order to raise $500 million more to buy even more Bitcoin. MicroStrategy, led by CEO Michael Saylor, announced it will raise $500 million through a private offering of convertible senior notes. The proceeds will fund additional purchases, furthering its corporate Bitcoin accumulation strategy. MicroStrategy is already the largest public company holder of Bitcoin, with over 214,000 Bitcoin worth $15 billion on its balance sheet. Starting in 2020, under Saylor's direction, it adopted Bitcoin as its primary reserve asset. Its average purchase price per Bitcoin remains about $35,000. With Bitcoin trading near $68,000, the firm is still significantly in the green on its holdings. The latest $500 million capital raise comes via selling convertible senior notes to qualified institutional buyers. The notes will pay interest semi-annually and mature in 2032 unless converted or redeemed earlier. According to the announcement, MicroStrategy may use the funds for general corporate purposes, but Bitcoin acquisition remains the priority. The company will also grant initial purchasers an option to buy an additional $75 million worth of notes. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we've seen another public company follow in the steps of MicroStrategy. And of course, I'm talking about Semler Scientific. And they announced last week that they're following in the footsteps of Michael Saylor, and they announced a Bitcoin treasury, citing that Bitcoin is a superior asset to gold, and it still has tremendous amount of room to grow because they believe, and this was in the press release, this isn't just me saying this, they believe that Bitcoin will inevitably hit the market cap of gold, which is essentially a 10x from here, right? So a 10x from the current price is 66,470 is $660,000 per Bitcoin, which is absolutely insane, especially if you've been here for a while and you've seen Bitcoin rise through the ranks, break 1,000, break 10,000, break 20,000. Like, this is absolutely insane. It's almost unbelievable in a way. Anyways, we have nation state adoption, you have public company adoption, you have the president of the United States, or a potential president of the United States basically running on, you know, being pro Bitcoin, anti CBDC. Like, we've come a really long way as a movement. Anyways, in other news, Roger Ver, Bitcoin Cash maxi, an original kind of Bitcoin OG back in the day. He was released on 160K bail in Spain. It goes on to say Vera was permitted to leave on May 17th after paying 150,000 euros in bail under the conditions that he stay in Spain and surrender his passport. It goes on to say U.S. authorities are seeking Roger Ver's extradition to face tax fraud charges, alleging he failed to report capital gains or pay taxes on his Bitcoin holdings acquired since 2011. Now, what's really interesting about Ver is that he gave up his U.S. citizenship, but according to the U.S. law, you still have to report your capital gains and you still have to pay taxes even if you give up your citizenship. And again, like, I keep hearing the passages from the sovereign individual, and like, it's so crazy to me that like governments feel like they're entitled to, it's like they own you. It's like an extortion type of thing. I think it's a really important realization discussion that Bitcoiners are gonna have over the next couple of years, as they're gonna be basically asking the question, like, am I really getting in return what I'm paying in taxes? And I think it's a really important question. And I think that as fiat continues to kind of break apart and continues to get exposed for what it is, the fraud that it is, I think a lot of people are I think the mainstream is gonna start asking the question. And again, when I refer to taxes, I'm not talking about direct income tax, because you can make the argument that the social contract was there for the direct income tax, but no one ever agreed to the tax of inflation. I feel like that's a thing that was never agreed upon. So I find that really, really interesting. Anyways, so much news, good news, bad news, whatever news. Sailor doubling down because he's an absolute Chad. But anyways, that was your Simply Sessions for the week of June 13, 2024. I'll see you guys on the next one.
When it comes to peer-to-peer trading and lending, instant self-custody, and no KYC, HODLHODL is the place to be. You can sign up with just an email address, and once you're there, you can start browsing offers immediately, whether you're looking to buy and sell, or whether you're looking to lend or borrow. You can check them out today at the links down below.
Thank you for that, Nico. And I can't wait to be back home next week so that we can do this together side by side on screen. But let's dive into the tech updates. First up, we've got Phoenix Wallet, Android version 2.2.3 and iOS version 2.2.5 has been released. And what is up with that? What's new? I say the thing that stands out the most with this is they've added a plus or minus 5% button to easily add tips when paying over Lightning. That's something I've not seen before. So that's super awesome. They've also added some new messages regarding liquidity. So like disclaimers and confirmation messages have been added to detail how liquidity works, like when you're sending a payment on chain. There's also a sanity check warning when the total fee is more than 25% of the liquidity requested. And they've made that a lot more prominent. Moving on here, and this is interesting. I'm again kind of interested in and around what's happening with privacy and CoinJoin on Bitcoin, namely that we saw Samurai Wallet, the coordinator, get shut down. We also saw Wasabi voluntarily sunset their CoinJoin coordinator. However, the interesting thing here is that we've seen the ability, and Wasabi did have this ability before, but nobody really implemented it in a wider scale. But you can import your own CoinJoin coordinator. And so people have begun to spin up separate coordinators that you can use. So first, I'll cover a few of the other features, but I wanted to point that out first. So you can set a maximum CoinJoin mining fee rate. So, if you want to set it to, the default is 150 sats per byte, but you just don't want to accidentally partake in CoinJoin rounds if the fees are higher than you anticipate or higher than you would like. Furthermore, you can set a maximum CoinJoin coordination service fee. And so if you're joining a coordinator right now, by default, it'll be set to 0%. So you won't participate in CoinJoins where there's actually a fee, but you can voluntarily bump that up if you are using a coordinator that does charge a fee. And then you can verify that the mining fee matches the requested rate. It's a cool tweet from Wasabi themselves. The new free Sabi bot is listing all 0% fee CoinJoin coordinators without any distinction or control. A mention isn't an endorsement. It is the responsibility of coordinators and their users to ensure that they are compliant with regulations applying to their jurisdiction. However, yes, this basically publishes liquidity status of free wabi-sabi coordinators. So you can find free coordinators and then plunk that information into Wasabi. And, my main issue with Wasabi earlier on is that they were basically doing kind of on-chain scans with a data collection service to check the history of coins before allowing people to coin join. Well, with the ZK Snacks coin join coordinator shut down, you can use whatever coordinator rather you want. And so, if your coordinator stops allowing you to coin join for whatever reason, well, you can just jump ship and use a different one within the same wallet interface. So I quite like that. And because we've begun to see these other coordinators pop up, and these bots that are letting people know about existing coordinators and have a directory. Well, we haven't seen coin joins on chain for a little while, and lo and behold, take a peek. Here are we're starting to see them pop up. So this is mempool.space, and we can see a nice large coin join that took place here. Lots of 84. Geez, how many inputs was this? We'll just say a lot of inputs and a lot of outputs. But it was this is good to see on chain again, seeing people take initiative and maintain their privacy. So fantastic. Now, another development in the CoinJoin realm, Joinster. It's an Electrum plugin, free and open source, using Nostr relays to coordinate coin join rounds. It is in pre-alpha release as an Electrum plugin, and it is gradually rolling out. 1,000 Nostr relays that can be used for Joinster. This sent out in a post just a few days ago. And yeah, again, love to see it. Love to see people routing around the roadblocks that have been presented for us, and that privacy tools continue to proliferate. Now, on the opposite side of things that I'm not super excited about, but I think the free market will do its thing. Ginger Wallet, a Wasabi wallet fork with compliant coin joins. Ginger Wallet's an open source, non-custodial, privacy-focused Bitcoin wallet for desktop. It is a fork of Wasabi wallet with an unchangeable default coordinator that sends all coin join input transactions to a chain surveillance partner. Why anybody would want to download this is beyond me, but maybe businesses. I don't know. Anyways, maybe it's just meant to kind of muddy the waters. And so when you see a coin join transaction on chain, you can't really, say whether or not it was who was doing it. So, I don't know. Anyways, I won't be downloading that one. Moving on. Cake Wallet to integrate Lightning Network support with the Breeze SDK. I've got to say, I'm obviously I don't use anything outside of Bitcoin, but I will say for Cake Wallet being a multi-coin wallet, they have begun putting in some good work in and around Bitcoin, at least for the people that are using Bitcoin in Cake Wallet. And I say that because one, they're one of the first to implement silent payments, which is super awesome. And two, again, now this integration with Lightning. So they are the tweet here from Cake Wallet. One of our most requested features is coming soon. We're partnering with Breeze to offer Lightning within Cake Wallet. We'll be publishing more info on this in the coming weeks. Breeze has been amazing to work with. Check out their blog for more info. And so it's expected to roll out at some point in July of 2024. So not too far away. Congrats to Cake Wallet and to Breeze, of course, for making it easy for wallets to integrate with Lightning. Moving on, I got to give a shout out to Bitcoin Well and the excellent people at Jolts BTC, namely Ian and team. They've integrated with Bitcoin Well so that you can build your points, and then you can throw a coin in the well and redeem your points to win sats. And so you can see it up on the screen here. Basically, you redeem your points from within your Bitcoin Well rewards, and you simply hit redeem. You redeem 500 points, and you get to throw a coin in the well every time. And you earn those points through referrals. So basically, you can win up to, I believe, 1 million sats. That's super awesome. So if you haven't tried it already, go and redeem some of your points and start earning some sats. I was playing around with this just the other day. And then finally, just the other day as well, I dropped a new tutorial on Cashew.me. This is a progressive web app wallet that uses the Cashew protocol for eCash on top of Bitcoin Lightning. And so I'm super interested in the way that things are beginning to work and the dynamic between Lightning and bridging together all of these different technologies, things like Cashew, the Cashew protocol, things like Fediments, things like, again, just regular old self-custodial Lightning, and even things like Aqua Wallet, which uses Liquid as its main kind of custodied asset in the background, but uses swaps with bolts to interoperate with Lightning Network, any Lightning enabled wallet. So in this tutorial, yes, I'm focused on this Cashew wallet and setting it up and using it to send and receive eCash. But then towards the end, I kind of show off the interoperability amongst all of these different systems, just showing that Lightning is becoming this glue that holds everything together. And it's really, really cool to see. So highly encourage you guys, check that out and start playing around with Cashew if you have not. A couple last things. I am obviously currently in Prague as we do this, but I will be heading home soon and coming in just a couple of weeks here, beginning of July. We've got the Bitcoin Rodeo in Calgary. If you have not got tickets, head over to bitcoinrodeo.com. You can use code BTC Sessions to get a discount. We've got JP Sears coming to do his Bitcoin comedy set. We've got awesome speakers, Preston Pish, Francis Pouliot, Nico is going to be joining me in the flesh, Peter Todd, Dave Bradley, Manex, Graham Wardle, Harry Suddick, Adam Bryan, Scott Deedles, Steve Barber, Colin Sullivan, Brad Mills, Flo, Ben Gagnon, Ben Harper, Dale from QuickBit, and Derek Fildebrandt, and maybe even some more faces will be joining us. But I would love for you guys to join me in my hometown. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you do. And thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please do like, subscribe, share, all those things. Super important, getting this content in front of more eyeballs. And if you do need any additional assistance, you're sorting through any of the tutorials on the channel and you need some one-on-one help, well, you can reach out to bitcoinmentor.io. That is my team of educators that I've assembled to help you with anything you need in Bitcoin, wallets, hardware, multisig, running a node, you name it, they got it. They got you covered. So bitcoinmentor.io. With that, I'm out. Have yourselves a wonderful day or evening, wherever you may be. See you guys next time for your Simply Session.